Hi everyone, welcome to my next tutorial. This one is going to be a new special Easter look for you, and I can tell you now that this is going to be a creepy one as well. And if you are interested what to expect, keep watching. Alright, here we go and let's start. So, first of all I have to say this look is just a freestyle special effects creation. There is no strict concept behind it and you can do whatever you like with it. You don't have to do it like this. It's just what I had in mind with it, and yeah, I'm gonna do that with a lot of gelatin, with some feathers, and we're gonna mess that up later, so stay tuned with that. So first of all I'm gonna apply this one. This is a fake beak which I made from scratch. It's made from thin cardboard, liquid latex, glue gun glue, a little bit of cotton wool and tissue, and I just, yeah, as you can see, messed it up a little bit so that it looks like a rotten beak. So yeah, I'm gonna apply this at first, but first of all, before I apply this, actually I take a white random eyeliner pencil. Gonna hold this in place and just mark an area where this beak will stay. Okay, I did my guidelines as you can see, and now I'm gonna take this black watercolor makeup by Orange Biggie, and it's water-based obviously, so I'm gonna take just a plain acrylic brush and paint all the area in black to just kind of blend it and to make sure that my mouth or nose do not shine through later. So that's the next step here. So back again, and I look very stupid, but never mind. The idea why I do this will come through later. And now I take my Grimas Spirit Gum or Mastix. You can take the Spirit Gum of your choice. There is no special relation to it. And now I'm gonna mark the areas just here next to my nose and next to my mouth, and do a first layer of Spirit Gum, let that dry, and then I do a second layer of Spirit Gum and let it go a little bit tacky, and then I start applying the beak. And after I apply the beak, I will change to voiceover because the beak doesn't allow me to speak. If you needed the beak for maybe a video or something like that where you have to move your mouth, you should make sure that you just separate the two parts of the beak, but I will just be static and do a voiceover for this video. So yeah, that's my advice for you. Alright, next I'm gonna reinforce the area right around my beak, all those white flicks you can see now, and I take liquid latex for that and drop the Q-tip and some tissue which I've torn apart before, and gonna just layer that all around the beak. First I apply the latex, of course, and then I just apply those flicks of the tissue randomly all around the beak, cover it with liquid latex and a sponge again. I take later just a cheap sponge from the Eurostore, nothing too special, nothing cosmetic wise actually, because that saves you a lot of money. And yeah, go all around the beak and glue it down, and I at the end did 3 layers of tissue and latex in total to just make sure this beak will stay where it's supposed to stay. And here you can see the sponge I took, and that's basically what you're gonna do.
And to dry the latex way quicker, you just take your blow dryer and blow dry all over. So then I take some talcum powder from the drugstore and a powder brush and do a very decent powdering, because latex loves to stick to latex and you don't want to avoid that for the next steps. So yeah, just powder it up. Then I take some gelatin solution. This is actually made from gelatin, glycerine and water. I'm gonna mention a recipe in the info box below if you are interested. And now you're gonna take a spatula and just apply that in a random order. There is no strict concept to it. You can do whatever you like. Just mess that up as hard and or as heavy as you like, and do whatever you feel like. It just has to be messy, and yeah, there is no concept. So build up as heavy as you like. I build up very heavy, as you can see at the end, and the cool thing about that is you can just peel off the gelatin in one piece from your face, which makes the cleaning off very easy. So yeah, just mess that up as much as you feel like, and that's basically what you do. Also make sure to just work very quick, because as far as the gelatin cools down, it makes it way harder to work it. But don't worry, you can just reheat it and get it liquid again. And also powder that up again. Don't take your expensive makeup powder for that. Just take a cheap talcum powder. It does the job anyway, and that's quite cool. Hello again. Now it's feather time. Time to get that chick to life, or to dead actually. I first did it like this. I dipped the feathers into the gelatin and applied them, but I later recognized that it's way easier to do it with spirit gum. So first of all, just take your spirit gum and do it with the spirit gum actually from the beginning on. It's way easier to apply it than taking the gelatin, but yeah, you live and you learn, right? So yeah, that's it. Just apply it in a random motion or in a random way. And yeah, do it like I did, or do whatever you want. It's freestyle, as I already mentioned. So if you feel what you feel, just do what you want. So just go on applying wherever you feel like and do it in a random motion. You can add the feathers wherever you want, and as much as you want, of course. And I wanted to look that very fluffy, and that's it. Next is paint job time, and first of all I take a black Grimas cream. This is number 101, and a plain acrylic brush, and just brush both of my orbits in plain black to get them as deep as possible. And after that I take also Grimas creams in orange, dark brown and yellow, and mix those three colors together. Take a smaller amount of brown, a bigger amount of yellow and orange, and I just create this kind of ochre-ish looking or colored base all over the gelatin. That's my basic color. I wanted to keep it more like yellow-ish, ochre-ish, to not get it too colorful, because the beak is already red, as you can see, and kind of pops very good. And I also blend the orbits together with the rest of the area, or the gelatin, to just get a smooth and nice bridge to it. Blend that out always, and blend very good. It's always helpful to blend, of course. And now I'm gonna do some detail work, and the key is the details, because you're gonna just highlight and lowlight all the gelatin base, and that's basically what you do here, because there is not too many colors. And I just lowlight all the area which is already set down through my application of the gelatin, basically, and do that all over my face, and then you just blend that with a sponge or a brush. I took my fingertip because fingertips blend amazing, and that's what you're gonna do. And now I take another acrylic brush and do highlighting, and I highlighted with the yellow and mixed with a tiny amount of the brown. And now you just highlight or just trace all the lines or all the areas which are set up, actually expanded. So that's what you basically do, and we just are gonna create a 3D effect with it, and it works quite well, as you can see. So it's every time about the details and low lighting, highlighting. It's always a mix of those, and I didn't want it to have too fancy, because some zombie looks sometimes tend to look like a pizza, and you don't want a pizza-ish base. You just want to have it smooth and very 3D like. Amazing texture basically, so don't overdo it with too many colors. I just took those I mentioned already, and I'm gonna mention all the numbers of the Grimas grease paints in the info box below as well, and that's what you're gonna do. And now I just began to mess up the feathers already with a little bit of fake blood from Grimas as well, and I took some watercolor makeup from Orange Beagle, which is black and a little bit of a nicotine colored tone, and that's it. And now the end is near, so I forgot something. Yeah, that's it. It's a cap. Actually, it was a bold cap, which I covered with tissue and some liquid latex again, and I created this kind of an eggshell thing hat and just painted on those cap cracks and painted it with foundation as well. And now I'm gonna just apply some coagulated looking blood, which I took from Grimas. It's Grimas fake blood in B, which I just mixed up with a little bit of blue food coloring to just get it darker and let it look coagulated, as I said. And gonna apply that all around the edge of the eggshell, and just take more of the blood right towards the edges and let that drip down, so you get kind of an illusion or kind of the effect that it looks like this eggshell would be ripped off the face, something like that. Just mess it up, it's freestyle, so you cannot do anything wrong with that. And at the end, take your hands and mess it up again. Yeah, I went all over the feathers again to just get them as dirty and decay looking as possible, and that's the finishing touch here. We are done! And finally, this is my finished look for you. A very creepy and freaky looking zombie chicken. And now my zombie Easter bunny has some company, and I'm gonna mention the link to my zombie Easter bunny as well, which I did at first last year for Easter. And yeah, it became quite a tradition for me. So yeah, let's see what I'm gonna do next year. And yeah, if you like what you see and if you like my work in general, just let me know and get me a thumb up. Help me with that. You support me with the thumb up the best, and also get me some feedback in the comment section below, of course, if you want to get in touch with me. Otherwise, just visit my Facebook, which is facebook.com/anthonycook. I also am on Instagram and Anthony Cook there as well, and of course I am am on Twitter, so if you want to just leave me a message on Twitter, just visit me there, and I'm gonna see you next time. Bye bye.